Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Dil Pasand and also to Jan Sewing Solutions. I'm going to be showing you an outfit that I purchased from Pakistan, and there were a few suits that I purchased, and this was one of them. And now it's a designer suit by a company called Charisma, and this was the photo that came with it. And now the color in the photo was a cream, but this was a beige, which I also love. Beige is one of my favorite colors, and it's a combination of beige and navy and pink, and it came with all the relevant pieces, but it was unstitched. So what we did was cut it up and stitched it to size and added a couple of additional pieces to go with this. Okay, so I'm gonna just explain what it is that I've done with this suit. I've sewn a buttoned trouser, and this is a pajama like trouser which doesn't have a side opening seam like a normal trouser, but it is one of the most comfortable and the most perfect fitting trousers that you would have ever seen or worn. I tell you, this is just pure comfort. I'm not in favor of wearing uncomfortable clothes, and they're okay if you're a model like this, and if you're only going to wear it, because models, they tend to wear them probably for a photo shoot and then never wear these again. You could not live in clothes that are sort of sewn, very tightly fitted, because the comfort isn't there. And to be honest, I think comfort should be the utmost importance. We should consider that before anything else. If something is not comfortable, who cares if you're wearing it for, we're not wearing it for somebody else, we're wearing it for ourselves, and ultimately is to give you the full comfort. So a couple of things that I want to talk about. One, comfort in the sense that the fabric has to be suitable for the environment that you are living in. So with winter coming up, I'm focusing on designs for winter and also focusing on the type of designs that we should be wearing for winter. Okay, so the Asian market is such that you have seasons for fabrics. So we have a summer season where lawns and fairly thin fabrics come out, and then we have the winter fabrics, which are merinos and quite thick fabrics, velvets and so on. But I think there's lack of designers who pay emphasis on what they're actually designing out of those fabrics, and I only noticed that when I went to Pakistan, because it was extremely hot there, and I actually took fabrics like these. This is the suit that I'm wearing. This is Arabian lawn, and there was a couple of mistakes that I made when I made these suits. One, quite a few suits that I'd sewn, I had done overfitting, and also necklines, they were a little bit restricted. And also when you're going to a hot climate and you're wearing fabrics for comfort, then fitting is something essential. You've got to make them loose fitting, because if you make them overly fitted and they're tight, skin tight to your body, then your body just can't breathe, and I was suffocating in them. This particular suit that I'm wearing, the neckline, I only wore this once when I was there. It was wide and it was comfortable in that respect, but the neckline was way too high and it was suffocating me, and I just had to take it off and then not wear it there. It's okay wearing it here in the UK because weather is not extremely hot as it is in Pakistan during the summer months. Now with this neckline, it was embroidery and I couldn't go any deeper, and but even including necklines which I'd done, it was big fashion for grandad collar necklines, and I'd done quite a few suits with grandad collars, and I found them extremely difficult to wear there. Also tight fitting sleeves, I'd done tight fitting sleeves on my clothes, and I tell you, I hated it. Tight fitting trousers were another thing that got on my nerves. I wish I'd sewn wide salwara or I'd sewn flares which were really wide and baggy, because you just want all the air to come in through the gaps in your clothes. Anyway, that's something that we're going to focus on. Clothes for particular climates. And I think it's very important that we discuss that and we focus on that and consider that and bear that in mind when we're designing clothes. So depending on the environment that we're living in, that's the kind of clothes that we should be designing. Anyway, we're back in England, and for England weather, we want, especially for winter, we want tight fitting clothes. And especially with the type of fabrics that we have for winter as well. I think they don't suit, overly loose, and you don't want air blowing into them, so you want them fairly tight. So we're going to be focusing a lot on winter clothes and the type of designs which are suitable for winter as well. So this is one of those designs that's suitable for winter, and it's on a fabric which is linen. I purchased this suit from a store called Lahore Fabric Depot. Now, a few people have asked me about whether I sell these suits. I don't sell them. I only teach and I only show the flaws in these suits, or either the good quality or the bad quality, what you're getting. So you're more aware, more focused on when you're buying something like this, what to look out for, what to avoid, and where the pitfalls are and where the goodness is. So just making you aware is my job, and hopefully it make you a lot wiser when you're buying. We could all do with that knowledge, especially when we're in the hustle and bustle of markets of Pakistan, and you really struggle because you're on limited time, the shopkeepers are busy, it's extremely hot, and if you've got menfolk with you, they haven't got patience, and then that's another added problem that you have on top of all the problems that you have. So when I went to buy these suits, we were in an extreme rush, and I didn't even open the packs. I just looked at the photos, I liked the photos, and you know what, it was a reputable shop, so I didn't bother too much overindulgence into what I was getting in the pack. I should have always take time out to look in the package, because you really don't know what you're getting. Because in one of the suits, I had that problem where I purchased the suit, and the dupatta was a thick fabric dupatta, unlike what was in the photo. Now, even in this photo, the dupatta has got some kind of edging, whereas the dupatta that I got with the suit had nothing, and it was fairly blunt and not really what I wanted. Anyway, and the color is very, very different. It didn't say on the bag that the actual suit was going to be in beige, and I actually purchased it, and I thought, it was well packed and stuff, and I thought it was a cream color, because cream color, I absolutely adore cream color. Now beige, that's fine as well. Anyway, so what we've done with this is I made a trouser, and it's a button trouser, and the tutorial will be linked. So it's a very comfortable, extra comfortable trouser this is. The dupatta I've edged off with lace. Now there is a little bit of advice on this as well. The lace, I was running short, and there wasn't enough. Also, the lace was fairly wide, and I didn't want to use overly wide lace. So what I did was I snipped the lace all the way through into half, and I used so I only needed half of the amount that I would have otherwise used, and I've edged it off with a terracotta color, and it's come out absolutely beautiful. I mean, I tell you, the edging on this, it looks perfect now, and it's really blended it in, and you would think that this came as part with the suit. The laces and the buttons is the added on top of what I'd paid for the suit. So the suit cost me 2,500 rupees, and the laces cost me another about £8, the buttons and the laces. Okay. Another thing to bear in mind with chadars like these is also on a thick fabric. Often we don't tend to get a lot of wear out of these chadars. It look nice with the suit, but I'll probably wear the suit out, but the chadar I probably won't wear it as much. So perhaps in the later days I would probably make a kameez out of it. So never dispose of them. keep them safe, and hopefully they'll come handy for something else. Now the dress itself, it's I've copied the picture to as much as I could, except with a few little changes. One of the changes that I've done is the pattern on the photo is on the left hand side, and I've had to swap the embroidery to go on the right hand side because the pattern wasn't falling in place. Now there was another slight bit of a mistake that I made. I should have attached this just a little bit lower and a little bit more towards in, and then that way I could have bought this particular neckline just a little lower than what it is. The neckline has ended up just a little higher, but anyway, you live and learn. The other added bonus to this dress is I've trimmed this off with the leftover lace that I had from the dress. In the photo it's just been piped, so at the back I've just piped it, at the front I've also laced it as well, and on the back of the dress I've used the trim that was left over, and I've edged that off, and then I've used the extension lace. The neckline, it's a button neckline. I've done so many times, I've done this type of neckline, and it's also a galati neckline. Now I did mention that I'm not an expert at making this type of galati, but there's a couple of videos and variations that I've done of this neckline, so follow. If you don't understand, follow, perhaps try and catch up with all the videos and combine them together, and whatever you can learn from each different one, follow it through. I have added loops and added buttons to this, and that just makes it easier to get on and off, and you know, a good way of doing this. Now the other thing that I've done is I've also added the loops and the buttons on the sleeves as well. So the sleeves are tight fitting sleeves, but they're left open at least about 6 inches, 7 inches. They've been left open, and I've added 4 buttons on, and that way they're easier to take up and down. I found that very, very inconvenient, having tight sleeves, but then having still, the purpose of the tight sleeves with having a button on is so that when closed they look tight, and when open at least you can push them over your elbow when you're washing. And unfortunately I had quite a few outfits done in Pakistan which did not fulfill that requirement, so I was a little bit disappointed. Anyway, that's the added advantage of doing it yourself, that you've got the ability to actually change and, you know, do all the alterations that you want. So it's been a long while since I've not done any videos, especially on proper outfits like these. I did a couple of outfits, one for Inaya for Eid and one for Halima, but I didn't do a full tutorial. For anyone who's been waiting around, I promise you this would have been worth the wait, because I've tried to cover every aspect of you know, the assembly and the sewing and the add-ons, and, you know, advice as much as I could. So I do hope you will watch the videos. I'm going to locate the videos onto one of the other channels and place the link just below this video. I do have many videos on the other channels, and it's on this channel, and the problem that I'm having is a lot of the very early videos, I'm finding it difficult to access them now, because there's like over 4,500 videos. Some of them are small. Obviously, when I'm talking about videos, these are segments of a full tutorial, and sometimes to do a full tutorial it might take like 20 different clips to form a full outfit, and then I've tried to cover lots and lots of different aspects of doing lots of different designs. Most of those videos you will find, well, 95% of those videos you will find on my website. Most of the videos I do nowadays, I tend to just do them free, and I just hope that everybody benefits from them. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. I will give you a glimpse of what this beautiful outfit looks like worn, and inshallah I will hopefully see you again when I do the third of the suits that I bought, which is this one, and that's in a black. So I will be doing a tutorial on this one, hopefully in Urdu this time, and for that you will have to go to my Urdu channel to watch that. Take care, have a wonderful day. I'm sorry I talked for such a long time. For anyone who finds the talking difficult to handle, then do mute the button or go to any of the other online teachers and watch them, rather than making pointless criticisms, because sometimes you talk about stuff in order to make the customers or make the viewers aware of some of the pitfalls or some of the problems that you may encounter. So yes, the videos do tend to go a bit lengthy, and I do get a little bit carried away when I start talking, so please forgive and forget, and inshallah I shall see you again soon, and bye for now.